At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, as you can see behind me, state troopers and campus police are facing off against protesters. Now, it hasn't been violent so far, but they've taken down many of the tents. Yeah, I'm here in Barron County, where earlier today there was a press conference held. Now, this was the first time that local officials addressed the community regarding the two Barron County police officers that were killed in the line of duty. The race for Dane County Sheriff is coming to a close, and with AP calling the race, seems that Calvin Barrett is projected to serve another term as Dane County Sheriff. As you can see behind me, family members and police officers from all across the U.S. have made their way here to the village of Cameron to pay their respects to both Hunter and Emily. Right now we're in the red light district, and you might not have guessed that because, well, it's empty. But when the sun goes down, a lot of things change. These windows are filled with women, and these streets are filled with tourists. Many people come to hiking trails just like this one to get away from everything. But for Danae O'Dowd, this was just an inspiration for her to go and find something bigger. If you were to travel just about an hour outside of Madison, you might find yourself in a completely different world, the world of Dr. Evermore. It's opening day here at Tyrrell Basin. The lifts are open, the park is open, and everybody's having a great time. Some say you're not a true Wisconsinite until you learn how to ice fish, but due to unseasonably warm temperatures, many anglers have been having trouble catching fish here in Madison. Every artist has their own unique and individual style. Some use paints, others use charcoal, but this artist uses something that was once living, something that can be found all around us. Every year when the weather gets warm, the Middleton Fire Department responds to cigarette butt fires and grill fires, and it takes them away from other things they could be doing. There are many people without homes, living in places just like this, but there is hope for people if they want it.
Cut this up and mix it in there.
Kevin Perez is currently living at the Holt Avenue Park and Ride. Perez lives there with 15 other people that he calls family.
We'll make all the breakfast in the morning, so someone's starting to cook, who's hungry, so we just say IMIMS, so they know to make extra whatever, to make sure if you're hungry, we're getting fed.
Perez says he struggles with addiction, and he's been living out of an RV for the past 4 months.
This is my house. We just tarped it up today. It's the car I'm fixing. Like I said, it was gifted. The subframe's broke, so I'm fixing up with a motor mount and some chains so I can get around.
He says he gets his money by selling his plasma.
And that covers my cigarettes and gas and stuff like that, little parts. But it's survival. It's not enough. That's why I've been trying to get a job.
Perez has been struggling with homelessness for most of his life. He says he would live in a shelter if he could.
I've been working with housing for 2 months and I've never talked to anyone yet. I call 2-3 times a week. I still don't talk to anyone. So they don't care about me or nothing. I don't care.
His lifestyle holds him back from getting into many shelters throughout the city. But for those that are willing to get sober and follow rules, there are options.
Anyone want to kind of share what they've been learning about their own sobriety since they've been here?
Jonathan Mosier is the transitional service manager at the Milwaukee Rescue Mission. On this day, he's working with a group of men who are on the path to sobriety.
30 days going through withdrawal, going through all that kind of stuff. And when your body starts to regulate, you can actually, you can begin to see the difference in your emotions, your interactions, your relationships, the clarity of your thinking.
A path, he says, is proven to be successful.
It's a slow process, it's a hard process, but it's one that, I'm willing to do now after, so long of being out there and whatnot.
Mosier says the majority of the homeless population struggle with addiction and mental health issues, but he says he can't force them to change. They have to seek it themselves.
Anybody who is interested in pursuing change, who is desirous of change, and who is looking for help, we've got help to offer. We have resources to offer. We've got staff who cares for and loves the individuals that we interact with.
It's helped at Perez.
And that's what we're making in there. Cut this up and mix it in there.
Says he isn't looking for or willing to accept just yet. When asked what the hardest part about living on the streets was, he said,
nothing. I mean, look, the heat in the winter, not having propane and the money, sometimes that's why I'm trying to look for a job, but I don't mind it. This doesn't bother me. I mean, if I was a millionaire, I'd probably still live like this.
If Perez is forced to leave, he says he will just find a new place to park his camper. Reporting in Milwaukee, Cody Taylor, Spectrum News. Childhood can be tough. We've all faced different challenges, but some have it worse than others. Without proper guidance, this student went down the wrong path, a path of addiction. Alex Katzman is a junior at Horizon High School. She says she started using drugs at the age of 9.
Started having some relationships with people who gave me weed, and I started just smoking like every single day for like a year.
From a young age, Alex had mental health issues that she didn't know how to deal with.
No, I didn't really find anything that really helped me. And again, I was in AA, and that was probably the most helpful to me. But I mean, you can't be in AA meetings like 24 hours a day all the time.
She says for a while, things seemed hopeless. That's until she found Horizon High School, which is a school for students in recovery.
Her first day at Horizon, actually her mom was texting me, you probably don't even know this, saying, I don't know if she's going to get out of the van. Like, she's hysterically crying, she's a bit of a mess.
Tracy Gall is the director of Horizon High School. For the past 2 years, she has watched Alex grow and become a brand new person.
But the growth that Alex has made is incredible. You know, every single person here at Horizon, I would say, looks up to Alex.
Alex has been sober for almost 2 years. She has a job and a healthy relationship with her family. She says the most important thing is she found a treatment that works.
Almost 2 years sober. I can drive a car. I have a job. I love my family. I have great friendships. That's just crazy to me because I didn't plan on living to 16. I didn't plan on being where I am today.
A life of sobriety is something you have to fight for every day. Alex says thanks to Horizon, it's a fight she doesn't have to take on by herself. Reporting in Madison, Cody Taylor, Spectrum News. Growing up on the streets can be tough, and some people don't make it out alive. But the man you're about to meet made it out, and he's using his influence to give back.
Yeah, a lot of people die in this neighborhood.
Stephen Love is the president of It's Just Money Entertainment and the owner of his own tequila brand.
I grew up on 19th and Locust from a kid to about 12 years old. When I became a teenager, this became my stepping grounds on 47th and Garfield. And this house right here just brought back all the memories and kind of grew me into the businessman I am today.
When Love was a kid, he says times were tough. Love said his dad wasn't around and he was robbing and stealing for money.
These guys came and shut my mama house up. And you see these bullets, about 100 rounds. And I just came home because I was going to try to catch them. Heard they been riding around my house. I was going to catch them first. And by the time I got home, got dressed up, and he come outside, they were shooting, and I was shooting back.
Love says no one got hurt. And that was just one of many situations that made him realize there were better ways to live life.
When I was about 16 years old, I got myself into trouble where I was facing like 25 years as a juvenile. And the only thing that saved me is I had a job at the time and I was in school.
Now he and Milwaukee rap legend Baby Drew are giving back. To do that, they went to the Dane County Juvenile Detention Center. They're speaking with kids facing the same life challenges they faced.
You are a famous Milwaukee rapper from Milwaukee. Your name is Baby Drew. How old were you when you started rapping?
I was such a confused teenager. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what I wanted to rap about or talk about. I wanted to be smart, but I wanted to be hard too. So
Baby Drew rose to popularity in the 1990s and early 2000s. During that time, he lost a lot of loved ones to the streets.
I've had some people in my family members, like brothers and siblings, who never were lucky enough to even have this type of halfway part between life and death. Some of them just immediately went to the cemetery.
Even though many of the kids had never heard of Baby Drew, they were nervous and excited to hear his story.
What are some of the main messages that you want today's young rappers to hear through your songs?
I do feel like we should take more responsibility in what we say and what we put on the atmosphere. And it's not always about having to live out what we're talking about on records.
In many of Baby Drew's songs, he raps about selling drugs and shooting guns, something he says he now regrets.
I would like to say to anybody that listens to any of my music, even if you guys hear my music now, the outcome is not good. The outcome is in here, or either in the cemetery, or it leads to the people that we leave behind. We leave bills behind for people to bury us.
And Love says when he was in juvenile detention, someone helped to save his life. He hopes by talking to these kids, he can do the same.
Somebody talking to me helped me change my life. And like my shirt, you read my shirt, like it say, do you believe in you? Because God do. And so we basically want to let the kids believe in themselves. If no one else believes in them, we want to put the encouragement for them to believe in themselves.
After the podcast, the kids told Love and baby Drew their words meant a lot. And the hope is those words are enough to keep them out of jail in the future. Reporting in Madison, Cody Taylor, Spectrum News.